So that's where you got to be careful with the AI. It's like you really have to, and I noticed it just even before all this AI really took effect, before the search engines integrated the AI, was like I try to search for something that I know was there, and I read it,
And you
know,
can't
10
find
years
it.
ago. I can't find it anywhere. So I have a suspicion that, like China, they're kind of filtering out what they don't want you to see.
Welcome to Podpinions, where the world's on fire, and we show up like it's a backyard barbecue. Politicians roasted, woke trends torched. Common sense, we've got you covered.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Podpinions.
I'm Rich.
And I'm Bruce, and this is episode 14.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, isn't it?
It really is. And then we're starting to get a lot of hits.
Comments. And, yeah.
TikTok.
Some positive, some,
Not so positive.
Yeah.
We got, yeah.
It's opinions, right? Podpinions.
Podpinions.
They have theirs,
Absolutely.
we have ours. That's what it's all about.
And I've got 1 million of them.
Yeah. We'd have to go overnight if we did all our
would be
Podpinions, right?
Oh, it would be a, what's it called in Congress when a guy gets up there and talks?
Oh,
for hours?
yeah.
A filibuster.
Yeah. Filibuster.
I'd filibust.
Hi, I'm Phil.
And I'm Bust. Hey, filibuster.
So what are we starting off with this week?
Well, the Democrats are losing their minds over this whole thing in Texas.
Yeah, we started that last week. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it continues.
Yeah.
So they disappeared. All the Texas representatives from the House took off and went to Illinois, New York, Minnesota, and today, in a rare mid-decade redistricting effort, the Republicans in the Senate of Texas, the state Senate, they actually passed this vote for the redistricting efforts. It's to 19-2. 9 Democrats absent after exiting the Senate floor. They also disappeared. I mean, what a bunch of babies.
Yeah.
I mean, get over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. At least be there. But that's what they do.
They could just not vote.
Correct.
They could just vote present.
Right. Or
right.
Yeah, whatever the term is for them just
Well,
being
be
there.
nay if they don't want it, but they could just vote present.
But at least they voted.
Yeah, but I think
just
that was
walking
the whole
out.
point.
No, but I'm saying, just walking out, it's like, you don't even have a say-so in it. It's like, at least if you oppose it officially.
Yes, but they're saying it was a corrupt process.
Okay, corrupt.
Right, corrupt. And they should talk about corrupt. But they do know what corrupt is because they are corrupt.
Yes, and their party does it as well. And
they're the kings of gerrymandering.
Yes,
Are you kidding?
Yes, that's true. That's true. Where did that that gerrymander, is there a guy named Jerry or what?
No, but we do know.
Okay,
we do know it. Where did I put?
I know you were going to look it up there.
I did, and I just have to find my little notes. What happened was Governor Eldridge. This is in from Glenn Chapman on Facebook.
Okay,
he put this up, and so I'm just giving you some credit there, Glenn. Governor Eldridge Gerry of Massachusetts had his administration enact a law in 1812 defining new senatorial districts, state senatorial districts. This manipulation of districts was designed to give the political party in power unfair control over the opposition party. In the Massachusetts case of 1812, a satirical cartoon appeared in the Boston Gazette, showing the transformed districts had created the outline of a similar creature, or a creature similar to the salamander. Thus, the Gerrymander was born in the name stock.
There you go.
Right.
Now we know.
Governor Jerry and the salamander. You get gerrymandering.
I did not know that.
Now you do. Yes. Hitherto an unknown fact.
Yes.
Could be a good segment.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever since the Democratic Party has used gerrymandering to transform and alter the balance of representation to favor Democrats, in some cases this practice has taken out all Republican representations in the state. In Connecticut, for example, there are Republicans in the state, but through gerrymandering, Democrats own all 5 of the state seats. Same thing goes for New Mexico. California, on the other hand, has only given Republicans 9 seats in Congress of their 52 seats that they have. And in New York, only 7 Republicans hold seats out of 26. So the Democrats over the years have taken gerrymandering to a completely high level and designed to rig the representative count of the states. So
basically they've locked in those states.
Correct.
So no matter what the citizens decide.
Correct.
It's basically.
However, now the Republicans are fighting back using the Democrats' technique, and they're losing their shit. It's that simple.
That's what it is. Since 1812.
Right. They've been doing
1812.
it. So thank you, Glenn Chapman, for that little tidbit.
Yeah.
Hitherto an unknown fact.
That's some good information because, you hear these terms and
you don't know what they mean.
Yeah, and I didn't bother to look it up, but I knew it was kind of cooking the books, but didn't really understand the whole thing.
A long time.
Yes.
1812.
That is a long time. So now in Texas, they're just mad because they haven't been able to do that.
Correct.
And Republicans are actually kind of putting their own.
Absolutely. So then we were curious. Well, we were discussing this earlier about what happens. Let's say that. Well, now that the House has to come back, they got to round all these morons up to come back, so they have a quorum in order to be able to vote. So once that happens, they'll get the vote, and then it passes. And then we were talking about, well, then what?
Right.
We first were talking about, is there an election? Are they appointed by the governor? Like, what happens? But it's
right. So they're picking up like 5 seats if it goes through.
It goes through.
Republicans, but it wouldn't actually go into force until the 2026 election. So nobody loses their seat until the election.
And I was
redistrict.
Bummed. I wanted to see Jasmine Crockett go down.
You're going to have to have the Jazzy show for another year and a half. So
too bad.
But if somebody resigns or, maybe that's what they should do.
Maybe they should just resign.
Yeah, if they're mad about it, just resign. I mean, show them, resign.
Yeah, that's it.
And then Texas would have a special election. Basically, they have a special election if somebody passes away, death or resigns. So those are the 2 instances where they would have a special election for that district.
But in the meantime, they still don't have enough people to have a vote.
Right.
And there's just and then Abbott said he's going to have them arrested. I don't know how that'll work, but
now I guess did you? And I forgot to say something today. Did you notice anything about he was going to go through the courts to have their seats vacated because?
No, I didn't see anything about that. Sorry,
they
I didn't mean to play
show up.
Knees with you. I'm playing knees under the counter here, under the table. Ooh, baby.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Remember that song?
I do.
Kindergarten.
Yep. Oh man.
I wonder if they still do that.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
If you know, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Bottom in the comments.
Yes. Tip O'Neill was the.
That's right.
Yes.
We were discussing.
That was in the comments. Thanks for the comments.
Tip O'Neill with Reagan.
Yep.
And they got a lot of stuff done.
Yes. So hopefully, they can get this passed through and taken care of, and get set for the next election. So at least there's some fairness. Like you said, it's been going on since 1812 with the Democrats, so it's about time to push back.
I just find it kind of funny how they are making this such a thing,
right?
But yet they've been doing it for over 100 years.
But that's what happens, right? You never have the. I never saw watching cops or anything like that. You know, never saw somebody getting arrested saying they did it.
True.
You know, so
True.
It wasn't me.
It's mind-boggling,
yeah.
and we all know how much I like to have my mind boggled.
Yes. And then I guess, you know, with all the shenanigans, you know, it gets into what they're going to try and bring up with this Trump taking over the DC.
All right, so
that's a big note.
You did a lot of research today about the crime, because the Democrats have been saying that crime is down.
Right.
Yet, Bruce found all these statistics
about
how it's up.
Basically,
Pages
nobody heard about this, or really it was
in
just
the
a little blip in the news, and it was probably DC news. But there was a police commander, Michael Pulliam of DC's 3rd District, that was put on paid administrative leave in mid-May. And now he's under investigation for allegedly altering crime statistics in his district.
Cooking the books.
Cooking the books, baby. So all of the numbers that are being thrown out there, how crime is down, I think it was like 24% or something like that overall in D.C., doesn't quite match what citizens, visitors, and what people are on the streets that are being the victims of crime are saying.
Getting shot, getting robbed, getting mugged, getting raped.
So if you have a police commander cooking the books, allegedly, for his district, and it was interesting because the Fraternal Order of Police representing D.C. officers claims Pulliam's case isn't isolated.
So that means it's widespread. It's stunner.
So if you have the FOP coming out and making a statement like that, apparently they know that the numbers don't match.
Right.
It's just like the jobs numbers that were inaccurate, that Trump had fired the one.
They lost their minds over that.
Yeah. So it's the same thing here. They're cooking the books, trying to deflate the numbers of the crimes. And then I just watched a clip this morning of it was a ABC anchor in D.C., and they were talking about the numbers being down, and it was a woman anchor, I don't remember her name, but she said, you know, your numbers speak this, but just coming to work here, you know.
Was she the one whose car got stolen or something?
Well, it was a co-worker that morning. Apparently she parked a block or two away and her car got stolen. The anchor actually got mugged like 2 weeks before that, and then there was a shooting 2 blocks away from their, you know, news office there. One person was killed, another was injured.
But the crime is down.
But the crime is down. So she was basically saying, you know, your numbers don't match to what's happening at least here.
Right.
And, you know, you'd think that D.C., being the capital of the United States, would have a little tighter hold on crime, or
you would think.
Handle on crime.
You would think.
You know.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
and then, of course, they bring up the January 6th and all this stuff. It has nothing to do with
D.C. crime.
D.C. crime.
That's separate.
And citizens being victims of D.C. crime. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Now, he's basically taken over the D.C. Police Department.
Yeah, and now what's funny is the police chief in D.C., Pamela Smith, doesn't know what the chain of command means.
Hmm.
The police chief does not know what the chain of command means.
So she doesn't know who who reports to
Pam,
her.
It's Pam Bondi, right? Pam Bondi's
Yeah.
taking over this thing.
Pam Bondi is delegated as the operational command,
right?
The Attorney General. So also the Trump enacted the Section 40 of the D.C. Home Rule Act.
Section 740.
740. What I say?
40. 40. You said 40. You left the 7 off.
Okay.
That's all right.
Well, they can cook the books, so can I, So he can take control of the police department for 30 days. After 30 days, then he has to have both houses approve an extension.
Okay.
But
which he could get now because the Republicans have the majority in both houses.
Right. As long as they all stand together.
Hopefully.
Which would be seen.
Hopefully.
But he does have full control of the D.C. National Guard, whereas states, the governors have control of the National Guard in their state. But because D.C. is a district, it's not an actual state, the president has full control over the National Guard in D.C. So he's activated 800 National Guard troops to help support the police operations. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next 30 days. Now, as far from what I can understand, he cannot do anything, of course, like he said something about New York City, L.A.
Right, he can't.
Chicago. He doesn't have authority to enact the National Guard. The governors have control of the National Guard.
Well,
however,
how did he do that in Los Angeles then?
Well, he can federalize the National Guard.
Okay.
Or he can deploy them under, like, the Insurrection Act.
Which is what he did in California. Okay.
Yes. So there are ways that it can be done, but he can't necessarily take over, like, the police department, or D.C.'s a little bit different structure than the
What's
states.
funny, I chuckled out loud, believe it or not. I saw some guy on TV today. I forget who it was, a congressman, Democratic congressman, and he was talking about how Trump is now invoking martial law. I don't even think he knows what martial law is.
Right. It doesn't have anything to do with invoking martial law. He's doing what authority.
No, that's their mindset.
No. Well, and again, it's like gerrymander. If you kind of know what the term means, but you didn't know where the origin was, you didn't know how long it was, 1812. So for the general population, if they're eating dinner or watching the nightly news and they see this,
oh my God,
martial law. That's the big.
And who was General George Marshall?
Bombshell.
Who was George Marshall?
From the mainstream media, so that's what they're trying to do is create a picture into the public's mind that this is, some kind of takeover, and we're going to be some third world country dictators that'll be running us, into the ground, and that's not what's happening. So it pays to look up this stuff, and obviously, the internet. Thank you, Al Gore.
Thank you.
That's a good place to look. You got to be careful where you look, but if you just go to CNN site or MSNBC site on the internet, you're going to get their take on it. So, as much as AI is scary long term, some good stuff can be achieved by having actual sites that you can go and look at that are pretty equal and based on fact and not opinion.
Okay. So, and I hate starting sentences with so, but so.
I know he doesn't like it. I seen it.
That's right. I did a Google search today.
Right.
I was trying to look something up, and I typed in the Google search bar, and it's an AI thing. So, like, the Google search bar is now AI. Right. I did not like that.
Yeah. So, and
it was
discussing
creepy.
with, somebody else recently that brought up the point, because, you've got Grok, you've got ChatGPT, everybody's got an AI now. Now, if you go into
even Facebook,
right, you got all these companies, they have their own AI. So, is that pulling the same information?
I don't know.
All the other AIs are pulling, or is it just pulling the information that they have or want it to have? So that's where you got to be careful. You got
where's it coming from?
Right, exactly, because AI doesn't generate its own thoughts. It's basically out there scraping the internet or parts of the internet that it's allowed to get the information.
The search I did, all of a sudden it said searching 78 sites. So obviously it was scouring the internet, looking for something, and it tagged 78 websites.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Algar.
Thank you. But again, is it programmed? Like, is there 1,000 websites specifically programmed in there? We don't know because we haven't created it. But for instance, with Google is the 800-pound gorilla in the room for search engines. So
what happened to Yahoo?
Oh, that's not.
Is it even,
I don't even know if it's
is it still
around.
there.
I see some things on that come up based, Yahoo or Bing or all these other search engines, but on AOL, of course. But I Google has become the 800-pound gorilla. So even their AI search, Google makes money from ads.
Oh, of course they do.
So your Gmail you don't pay for unless you want the extra storage or whatever, but basically you can sign up for Gmail and it's free, right? So they don't make money off of that, but they're making money off of the ads, and the top search results is all the sponsored search results that you get. So is there AI searching for what you are looking for, or is it what Google wants you to see?
Good point.
So that's where you got to be careful with the AI. It's like you really have to, and I noticed it just even before all this AI really took effect, before the search engines integrated the AI, was like I try to search for something that I know was there, and I read it,
and you can't
10
find
years
it.
ago. I can't find it anywhere. So I have a suspicion that, like China, they're kind of filtering out what they don't want you to see.
Good point.
So you got to be
really careful. But who's making them do that? Is that internal, or is that the government? Is that the deep state? Whatever the deep state is.
Al invented it. So
Thank you, Al Gore.
What do you think? You gonna come on and tell us? Come on.
He invented the interwebs.
That's
he
right.
He told us so.
That's right. There was the clip.
That's
I
right.
saw it. I seen it.
That's right. Now, on another positive note, Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders from Arkansas is enacting legislation, bell-to-bell, no cell, and it's a new act, and getting rid of cell phones in the school.
Oh, good.
From the time the kids come in to the time they leave, no cell phones.
Good.
And so they're doing this in all the public schools in Arkansas, beginning, I believe, next year. They're going to start doing this.
Maybe they should, instead of a water fountain, have a garden hose like we grew up.
Yeah, there you go. Well, actually, we had these cheesy water fountains.
No, but I'm saying, remember in the summertime, you go out, get a drink of water, and a garden hose. It's like you tell out the kids these days. It's like,
ew.
Right.
So she said we've seen a staggering rise in mental illness among young people over the past decade, and they're blaming this on unrestricted access to smartphones and the internet and all the games and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. No, it's
so we'll see what happens there, but that's something to keep our eyes on.
Well, we were talking about it, I think even a couple times, but the last episode about going to restaurants.
Oh, forget it.
Everybody's on their phone instead of
My wife and I were the only two talking to each other in the entire place. Everybody else was just transfixed on their phones.
Right.
mean, entire families.
Yeah.
Sitting there on their phones.
Yeah. And I told you, I remember one time somebody was texting back and forth right there at the table to, parent and a
actually,
child.
I have to say, I have been in that situation where somebody was sitting across the room from me on a chair, texting me.
Right.
It's like, how about you just put the phone down and say, hey, Rich.
Right. Come over and say hello.
It was bizarre. We're in the same room.
It may end up being like, what was it, where was he? Tombstone. You come into town, you had to leave your gun with the sheriff and or the marshal. Maybe be like that for cell phones in some places.
I think that'd be a great idea.
Actually, have some kind of
cell phone free zone.
Human communication,
as opposed to a gun free zone. Have a cell free zone.
Yeah. Hey,
wouldn't that be great?
That's a thought. That's a real good thought.
Did you see the Curtis Lewa thing where he was pointing at the sign in Times Square?
No.
Curtis Lewa is from the Guardian Angels, is running for mayor of New York as a Republican. And the crime rate is very similar to D.C. It's out of control. And there was a shooting in Times Square this past week. And so he's standing in Times Square pointing at this sign that says gun-free zone. And he said, I guess the perp didn't read the sign.
Well, if they're passing them through school and they can't read or write, I guess maybe that's a good...
It's crazy.
Maybe they should do pictures.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's just common sense. I understand it's bad and people don't want to deal with it, but it's time we gotta fix it, deal with it, and make it better, or else it's going to go to the point of no return.
Well, I think that's what Trump's trying to do here in Washington, is clean up the city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's our nation's capital. Right. It should be this beautiful thing.
Yeah, I remember going there when I was younger and being amazed, just going to the monuments and walking around the capital of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Now you have to have eyes in the back of your head so you don't get, whacked.
Mm-hmm.
Wear bulletproof vest. And I'm being facetious.
Right, of course. But, it could get to that point.
True.
So, if they don't fix it now, so let's see what happens. I'm hoping some changes are really made, because people should be able to go to different areas of the country and major cities like New York City. I mean, that's the Big Apple. That was the place to go. Where anybody that coming into this country visiting vacation want to go to New York. And
I don't think they want to go anymore.
No, I haven't heard anybody really saying it like I used to.
Even like Broadway show stuff is. I mean, the attendance is down.
Is it? Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the ticket prices are like ridiculous.
Right.
Which may have something to do with it, but I also think the crime rate has something to do with it.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
No,
and if I am, I'll admit it. But I believe that.
Yep. It makes sense that it would hinder somebody wanting to visit.
Now this one, this Jennifer Welch thing. This chick's got more plastic surgery. I mean, it's like she's got a face like a busted sofa. I swear to God. I mean, we're talking bad. And she just thinks she's the best thing since sliced cheese. And she, if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube or somewhere. It's everywhere. She did this rant about Trump supporters.
Maybe you should put it on our Podpinions.
Yeah, why not? Everybody else is. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Somebody you have to take it down. But I mean, it's everywhere. So she had a reality show on Bravo.
Okay.
And it was called Sweet Home, about her luxury interior design business.
Okay.
So I don't think it's on the air anymore.
Okay.
It got canceled, or maybe it's in reruns. I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't care.
I've never seen it.
I don't care. I mean, reality TV, meh. So anyhow, she said that Trump voters should be banned from Mexican, Chinese, and Indian restaurants. Yeah, let's put those places out of business. How about it, huh? I mean, unbelievable. And then calling us fat asses and telling us to get the F out of here.
Right.
And, I mean, wow.
Yeah. Well,
you have to watch this thing. I mean, it's just nuts.
I mean, again, they're so pissed off, and they're losing control. So when you lose control, these people are losing control, they're losing power, they're losing the narrative. People are actually seeing facts and actually not afraid to actually say something now. You got tons of whistleblowers coming out. You got people speaking out now that they couldn't before. I mean, I've seen videos of people walking in New York, even with the crime the way it is, with MAGA hats on.
Right.
You know, that didn't happen before.
Yeah, you didn't see that before.
So people have gotten to the point where they've had enough, and it's got to change.
But
so
this chick is like
this
totally,
person,
she's out of control.
Probably benefited from the narrative somehow, whether it's financially or stardom or whatever it was.
Well, I never heard of her, did you?
No. But reality TV, for instance, reality TV, I can't even remember, except being maybe at somebody's house that had something on, like even like Survivor and all that stuff.
I never saw that.
I never watched it because
Meat Eater, the Meat Eater guy. That's the only one I watch. He's a riot.
To do this stuff and then have the person narrate what they're doing dramatically as you're watching the clips off of that. Even some of the mechanics and rebuilding houses and stuff. They do this, they have an argument, and then they had cut to the person having to narrate what they were thinking or whatever. It's like, you can tell it's just so scripted.
Oh, absolutely.
And reality TV should be
real.
A camera sitting there, that's real.
The Meat Eater guy. I mean, he sets a camera up and he does his thing.
Yeah.
He's all by himself, no crew.
Yeah. And to me, that's reality TV, not all this stuff. So, again, the play on words, the drama, so this is basically a script that would have worked for the reality TV show.
Is ugly. I mean, we're talking ugly.
But regardless, if this worked in the past, it's not working anymore.
No, it's not.
People are sharing it not because they agree with it, because they're going, look at this idiot. So, culture.
Well, she got ripped apart, man, on social media everywhere. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, X.
Yeah.
I mean, they were ripping her a new one, and well-deserved.
Yeah. And, you brought up a great point. So, you put these people out of business, restaurants out of business.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Because you don't want to serve a certain amount of people.
But the whole thing, did you watch this whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. So she goes off about fat Trump supporters.
Mm-hmm.
This bunch of people came into this restaurant she was in, and she just loses it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she doesn't even know if they voted for Trump.
Right.
They're just fat guys.
Right.
And she just assumes.
Assumes, right. Because that's what they do. They categorize it. They assume. They put you in a box, and that's what this type of person who's basically taken over the Democratic Party even. That's what they do. They categorize you. They minimalize you. They put you in little groups, and that way they can attack you. And you're alone. You're vulnerable. When a group comes together, then you're not as vulnerable. Same with the lions, like I said.
Right.
They don't rush into the middle of the herd. They take the outer skirt. So this is what they've done for so long, and they can't imagine why it's not working anymore.
Well,
so they just go off. And then they spout what they really feel is they really feel that, what was it, Black, Hispanics, and Chinese should be just serving them. Nobody else. So racist much? You know what I mean? It's like, but when they get so angry, they don't think, they just spout. And that's what she's doing, and she shows her true colors.
This was truly like the rant of all rants.
Yeah.
And she looked like an absolute moron, which was the funny part.
Right.
I mean, I sat there and laughed through the whole thing.
Right. No, I did too. You sent it to me. It's like,
Oh, yeah, I sent it to you this morning.
yeah,
I mean, this woman is out of her mind.
yeah,
And the bad plastic surgery just kind of adds to it, you know?
yeah. Well, and like I said,
Actually, we should do a GoFundMe for her so you get like a decent plastic surgeon. What do you think?
I don't know. With all this talk of microplastics, maybe that's not a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe that's what's happened. You know?
yeah, right. She ate too many. She drank too much water out of plastic bottles.
No, I mean, maybe they use some like
Oh.
was a plastic surgeon. Maybe they use 30% recycled plastic or something.
Could you imagine? Now her brain has turned to mush from all the microplastics.
Yeah, it could be. You never know.
Wow. Ooh. Yeah, you have to see it. If you haven't seen this video, you have to.
Yeah.
Her name is Jennifer Welch. Just do a Google search on this.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's everywhere, and it's just.
That's pretty funny. It is.
It's very funny, but it's sad at the same time.
No, it is. It is. But when you really look at it, it's been like this, like 4 to, I don't know, 8 years ago. In between that time frame, she would have been hailed as a hero. And everybody would have had to keep their mouth shut, or else they would have been beat over the head if they come out against her. You know what I mean?
Very true.
So the culture's changing. It's gotten to the point where it's gotten bad enough for people, and unfortunately, it's had to get to people's pocketbooks. So, groceries, $8 a dozen eggs.
It's ridiculous.
Their kids can't afford to buy a house. I just saw someplace in, 2008. The average age to purchase a first house, I believe, was 34. And in 2024, it was 39.
So it's slowly going up.
Before somebody's able to purchase their own house. Now, if you look back at our parents and their
they were
parents,
kids.
They got married, they bought a house. And
Yeah, my parents were, let's see.
I mean, they
bought their first house in 1952, and they were about late 20s maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so by the time they were getting ready to retire, the house was paid.
Right.
And, that doesn't happen now. Now look at, people who are in their 70s and 80s are going to be paying their house off if they can.
And their RV.
Yes.
We were just with some friends the other night that have this beautiful RV. These things are like over $100,000.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like a house mortgage.
Yeah. It's almost worth
moving into.
Then as the crime expands.
Yeah, right.
And the numbers don't match, you can move along.
Yeah, move to the next town.
Yeah, right.
Well, who were we talking to? Guy was in earlier. We were talking about it, that how he's starting to get a little nervous about the crime is starting to creep into his township.
Yeah. And again, it's like I still believe it's a plan. It's just to expand it. You see what's going on with New York City with Z-Man and
speaking of which, nice segue.
Yes.
And we're not talking about the little scooter thing,
right.
segue.
Right.
So there's a new poll out that Governor Cuomo is like falling in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, duh.
Right.
I mean, I can't believe anybody would vote for that guy at all.
Yeah.
But
I don't get that. But
Mamdani he's up at like 46%. Curtis Lee was at like 12%. And Adams is like, forget about it.
Right.
And the people that are voting or supporting Mamdani are all youngsters.
Yeah. Well, he speaks a good spiel. He's talking about free stuff for everything. And, if you're looking at graduating and you have your student loan that now is not going to be picked up by the taxpayers, and you're looking at 39, 40 years old before you can even think of buying a house, not a lot, let alone now you have to rent something that rents out of control. It's a bleak look for the younger generation right now. So they're going to focus on somebody giving them the magic pill that's going to make them all better.
Well, he's spewing it, and there's another guy in Minneapolis who he's a socialist, a self-proclaimed socialist, and he happens to be a Democrat. Oh, gee. Can you imagine? How does that work?
I don't know.
But his name is Omar Fateh. Fateh, F-A-T-E-H. And he wants to protect illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, from hostile Trump administrators.
Ooh.
And he's another one with the free stuff.
Right.
So this is going on all over the country now. These little pockets like Minneapolis, New York City, I'm sure Los Angeles. Right. I don't know what she's doing, but
I put an article. I sent it to you. Did you read the Substack article?
I saw it, but I didn't get a chance.
So I just posted that not too long ago, and I looked at, I pointed out that when you say government, it's just stuck in everybody's head that it's this massive thing. It's just people. It's like if you or I were in Congress or in Senate or a mayor, or it's just us. That's all government is. It's just people. And we got to stop viewing government as some kind of all-knowing, all-seeing. Like
the Wizard
people,
of Oz.
Yeah, they get elected. That doesn't make them all knowledgeable. Just because they go into a room and talk about, high-level security stuff doesn't make them all-knowing, all-seeing. They're still humans. They're still, they're at fault, just like you and me on different things. So it's like we just got to stop propping these people up like they're some kind of gods almost. They're not. They're just people, and they're there because we said we want you to go represent us, and this is what we want. And they have to stop making the decisions of what they want versus what the people want. They got to go back to.
That's going to be the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Take AOC for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
This woman is hell bent on becoming president of the United States someday,
right?
But she's not doing what the people in the Bronx want.
No, she's the one that stopped the Amazon. It was like 25,000 jobs or something,
right.
And when she first got into office.
Yep. And where'd that go?
Right. So these people, they want free stuff, or they promote free stuff. Right. It's not free. It's tax. It's taxes that are paying. All this stuff, whether student loan, whatever comes out of your checks or out of your 401 disbursement that the government gets, or whatever it is, that's the money they're using to pay for all this stuff. So 25,000 jobs, it's a lot of tax dollars too.
Absolutely.
So they're cutting off their nose to spite their face because you just killed off 25,000 workers that would be paying taxes.
But those people that didn't get those jobs still voted for her.
Well,
the second time around. It's like, are you kidding me?
Did they vote for her, or did they get so frustrated and into the mindset of my vote doesn't count?
No, that could be too. But they still voted.
Well, people voted, but I don't know what the turnout was, but I'm sure it wasn't close to being the majority of the voters registered.
That'd be something that we should look into.
Yeah,
because that blew my mind.
And that's what's happened is people just gotten so frustrated. It doesn't matter what I do, I'm screwed. So I'm not even going to bother go do it. And that's what they want. They want you to stay home. They want you to be miserable, and they want you to think that you have no control, and they're going to control you. You got to stop. You got to get out and vote. You got to register.
If you don't know what we're talking about, several years ago, Amazon wanted to build a distribution center in the Bronx, which is AOC's district. And somehow, some way, she squished it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people in her district got really upset because they wanted these jobs. And like Bruce said, it would have created close to 25,000 jobs.
Yep.
And she squished it, and yet these people still voted for her, which blows my mind.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Yep.
Now, Zelensky, here's another one. Trump's meeting with Putin this week.
Right. In Alaska.
Right. Well, it's only 60 miles or whatever it is. is, right?
Yeah,
Bering Strait.
Right.
Just take a little rowboat across.
Yeah.
Summer.
Right. Yeah.
And so Zelensky wasn't invited, and he's all pissed off. And Trump was basically saying that he wants to sit down with Putin and feel him out. And he said within a couple minutes he'll know whether he's serious or not, which makes sense. I mean, he sat down with Zelensky last year, right after he
right
after
when
he
they come
got
to
in.
the White House area.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they sat down, and I pointed out to you that picture where they were sitting there like toe to toe. Where was that? That wasn't the White House. That was in the Capitol building, I think.
That
Wasn't it?
photo
Yeah.
might have been. I'm not sure if that was the. I didn't look at it that close. I just
Anyhow,
looked at
Trump
his-
is sitting there in a really nice suit, dress shoes, all nice and shiny, and Zelensky's sitting there in a black shirt, black pants, and sneakers. And it's like, this is just wrong.
You'd think about people dying for your country. You'd think represent them a little better.
You would think.
Okay, so you don't want to wear a suit and tie. But at least
Dress shoes.
dress
something. Come on.
Act like you are in charge.
That's like the musicians. I'm back to this again. The musicians showing up to a gig in a tuxedo and wearing black sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like wrong.
Right.
But they're black. I understand that, but they're not dress shoes.
Right.
They should be patent leather
Right.
shoes.
Look the part.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's playing the part of the leader. He should look the part, right?
So so Zelensky was saying that he is not going to cave on giving up anything, and that he has to have a say in this thing, which I'm sure he will.
Right.
And then most of the European Union is behind Ukraine, which I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's all upset because Trump didn't invite him.
No, he didn't invite Putin when he had Zelensky here. So,
Exactly.
It is what it is. And just sit down and let him talk.
So
He wants to get it ended, and obviously he doesn't. He's not looking for, conceding Ukraine to Russia. Obviously,
No, not at all. But Trump did say that there's going to be some land swapping going on here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that Russia's going to want something. The Ukraine is going to want to hang on to as much land as possible.
Right.
But Trump was saying that there's going to have to be some land swapping here.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
Right. Oh, we'll see what happens.
It's going to be an interesting week.
But all I know is, if it wasn't for everybody behind Ukraine and dumping billions of dollars into them, they would have been speaking Russian.
True.
So there is a point where you have to say, am I doing the best for all around? Because eventually he's going to run out of people before Russia does.
Oh,
And
absolutely. It's a tiny little country
I don't foresee
compared to
Trump
Russia.
sending U.S. troops in there. So
No, I don't think
fight.
that'll ever happen.
So
Here's another good one. This was your baby you brought up to me earlier today. ICE in Houston
yes.
arrested more than 350 gang members, and it's not MS-13 guys. I mean, some, but not. They included convicted murderers, child predators, with one re-entering the U.S. 40 times after being deported. Can you imagine?
40 times. But the border was closed.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what Mayorkas
Must
said.
be false.
I guess. Mayorkas, yeah, he said the border was sealed tight. It was sealed.
Sealed, yes.
So during the first 6 months of Trump's second term now.
I wish I could grow my eyebrows like Mayorkas, comb overs.
Ooh. Ooh. That's a nasty visual.
Anyway,
Yikes.
it's a pop thing.
These 350 illegal immigrants or migrants or aliens, as I like to call them, 40 different gangs. Can you imagine? 40 different gangs represented here, and including MS-13 and Tren de Aragua.
And remind me what the purpose of a gang is. It's not to put on a Broadway show.
No.
It's to intimidate, and I mean that's what it's grown into: intimidate and make money, right?
Right. And do nasty bad things.
Mm-hmm.
So the arrests were a result of the administration's focus on targeting the worst of the worst criminal migrants for arrest and deportation in order to bolster public support and safety, and wants to restore, the integrity to the nation's immigration system, which is severely broken. Thank you, Joe Biden.
Right. So I guess a good point of this is maybe the Tren de Aragua. There's not as many of them, so now they can go on to the next level.
Right. Well, that's what they've been doing. They've been chipping away level by level.
So that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah, all these guys collectively were convicted of 1,685 criminal offenses, and murder, child sex crime, sex trafficking, as well as arson, theft, and drug dealing.
Did they get a card going to, what do they call it, Alligator Alcatraz?
Yeah, I don't know. Now, that's a whole big thing, too. I mean, they're starting to pick on poor DeSantis with that one.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite segment, right? What happened to, right?
Wait, I got one just to throw in there, and it just came to my mind when we were talking about other stuff. Whatever happened to, remember that big pair of orange scissors that was always kept in the junk drawer?
Oh, yeah.
That your parents had, and they used it from cutting open vegetable bags to cutting your hair to the dingleberries in the dog's butt, and it never. They just put it back in the drawer.
Yeah, good.
And we all survived.
Good point.
We went out after we got the haircut. We went out and had a drink
in
the water. Yeah, right.
See what it did to his hair?
You got to drink your water from the hose.
That's right. Yikes. So, do you remember the big Ebola outbreak?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? It was in 2014. What happened to it?
Right.
Now, was that another Anthony Fauci deal? I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that was like all over the news.
Right.
And then poof, gone.
Gone.
The college admissions scandal back in 2019. Remember that one? Mm-hmm. There was this guy running this whole big scam where all these rich families.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that couple went to jail for it, right?
Several people went.
Yep.
And one with Lori Loughlin.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Actress.
Yes. And they were paying them to get them admitted into the school.
And these kids were absolute morons, getting into Harvard and all these Ivy League schools and whatnot. Right. And they were having people take tests for them, and the whole thing. Where'd it go? Right. Nowhere. Poof.
Yep.
Gone. Never heard another word about it.
Well, it got too much coverage, so they squashed it.
Then what happened to all the money that was pledged to fix Notre Dame? Remember it burned?
Oh yes, that's true. I forgot about that. Yes. I haven't looked at these. So
they had a huge fire, right? And they got, the United States came, with donations and whatnot.
Right.
But it was going to cost $955 million, which was pledged, and they only got 9% of that. Now, who pledged it? Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci, and they never came through.
Oh, wow.
Right. It was all from private donations.
Wow.
Yep.
So that Louis Vuitton bag that you paid $900 for, I guess,
went to them and not to the church.
He didn't bother to donate his proceeds from that.
Nope.
What makes a $900 handbag anyway?
Yeah, right. Francis Scott Key Bridge in Maryland.
Yes, that's right. We did talk about that. We're going to look it up. What's
right. So on March 26th, right, a container ship struck the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore Harbor.
Nothing.
And it was going to cost like a lot of money to rebuild this thing.
Biden had said that the federal government was going to pay for it all.
What happened?
Right.
It's not done yet.
Right. But there isn't even looking into it, where it's at or
Nothing.
What it's doing.
It's just the whole story just vanished.
Right. And that was like a main connector for.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
And then Alec Baldwin's murder case.
Oh, yes, that's right.
He got off.
Right.
Wasn't
there a civil?
Yeah, suit.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's still going on or what. But And then the cinematographer who died, right? The judge dismissed Alec Baldwin's case, right? That went away. And then everything landed on the gun handler, the wrangler, because of the live ammunition that was there. Okay, I get it, but he's the one who pulled the trigger.
Right.
And he didn't go to the safety briefing that they had.
Right.
And so I'm sorry,
now,
but I still think the guy should have been.
Do you remember if that was were they shooting a scene or did
No,
he
they were
actually,
rehearsing.
Okay, rehearsing.
They were rehearsing a scene, and it was a close up of him pulling the trigger on this gun, and he pulled the trigger and blammo.
Right.
But he should have, as you know,
right.
You check the gun to see if it's loaded,
even if it's supposed to be
unloaded. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
So.
And don't ever
point a gun at somebody.
Well, don't ever point a gun, but don't ever take somebody's word that it's unloaded either.
Right.
Because that can have very bad consequences. So
we have seen odd things happen with that.
I've seen it.
That's right. Kablamo. All right, here's another one. What happened to Julian Assange?
Yeah, right.
What happened to him?
Well,
that was like super hot.
Right.
And now it's not.
Now he was released, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. But since then,
and Snowden.
Mm-hmm. It's Edward Snowden.
Right. So what happened to those two guys?
Yep.
They were like huge international stories and just poof.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Right.
Neither one of them got pardons that I know of.
Not that I know of. That would have made news, I'm sure. You would think.
You would.
Yeah. But right.
And then one of my favorites is what happened to the Me Too movement.
Oh,
remember all these women screaming and yelling?
Yes.
It was like everywhere.
Right. What did happen to that?
It just vanished.
Right.
It's like the ladies.
Oh, well, I kind of died down right after all the men and women sports kind of, if you really think about it, right? And then all of a sudden it was okay for men to be in the bathrooms, for men to be involved, getting undressed with women, and then so I guess maybe it kind of got quieted on purpose.
I don't know, but it's a good question to ask.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that was huge.
Yes,
and then
it
poof,
was
gone.
Yep. Then Leah Thomas and all these other ones got into the spotlight and kind of squashed that.
Yep.
So,
Interesting, right? And
we need to ask the ladies that one because I don't know. So maybe
I don't either. But
the ladies can let us know leave in the comments what's happened to it because it's been buried.
They should be screaming and yelling right now.
Yeah, it should be.
But no,
right.
And then the water crisis in Flint, Michigan.
Yes. Well, I did, and I don't remember how long it disappeared. And every once in a while, they bring up about I see a clip in Michigan, about the drinking water and all this stuff. But from what I understood, it's because of all the old piping throughout the city.
Okay.
And it's going to cost so much to replace it that they kind of like put it off to the side, and they're like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It went away.
Yes, no, I know, but there's always a reason why it goes away. That's the thing. Yeah.
Digit.
That's most of the reason right there. Yep.
Coin.
Yep.
Digit.
Yep.
Greenbacks. Dead presidents.
The city put together a budget or something, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we can't afford that, so let's just."
You think they would do a little?
Let them drink the water.
Yeah, right. But you would think they would do it a little at a time. You would
think, but then there's election season, so
right. And then
got to put the money towards that.
Right. Here's another one that just disappeared. Was the global antibiotic resistance crisis? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely, right?
Yes.
So
you went to the doctor and they didn't prescribe you antibiotics until like the second or third time you went. And it's like, Doc, I'm freaking dying here. You got to give me something.
So it got overshadowed by COVID.
Right. And in other countries, you could buy antibiotics over the counter.
Correct.
And that was the argument, is like, now we're all going to die because of the resistance of the bugs.
Right.
And
now, all right, this summer sucked, but the beginning of the summer, I wound up getting sick, right? So I go to the doctor, and I had bronchitis. So they put me on like heavy-duty antibiotics. Then I get Lyme disease. Lucky me, again. Now I was taking amoxicillin, doxycycline, and something else. 3 antibiotics at the same time.
He was glowing.
Oh, man. But it was, here, take this. Yeah. But in the meantime, we got this other,
Yeah. I don't know.
It's bizarre.
They change their minds like, they change clothes in a Broadway show, So,
that was good.
Yeah,
I like that. I'm gonna steal that from you.
And then somebody did leave a comment. We remember last week we were talking about the bugs and where did they go. Somebody left a comment on Facebook that they feel it's all the insecticides that's being used. So that I'm sure has a lot to do with it.
All right. So where I live, they do this lake treatment thing for weeds, right? They've been doing it for years and years and years. We used to have a lot of tree frogs. Poof, gone. Right. And I did some research on this particular chemical that they're dumping in the lake to control the weeds. Guess what? It kills frogs. So yes, I can see that happening, but I still like your theory of all the cell stuff and all the.
As I was driving this morning coming in, it was on my mind. I saw the comment. I'm like, and I had thought about that, and I do believe that that's a good part of it.
Well, if you combine that with what your theory was,
and then
all the cell signals and all that stuff,
because bats rely on radar and sound waves and different things like that. But again, if the insects aren't there, maybe the bats aren't there either. So
because they feed on it.
So then I thought, well, what about areas that are not built up or people aren't
really remote?
Yeah, or people aren't trying to keep up with the Joneses and have their grass green and using all these chemicals to help it out. And then lo and behold, Bobby texted me.
Oh, your nephew.
Yes. So up by him, he said there's plenty of bugs.
Really?
He said it's just that, they don't necessarily drive at night, so he thinks maybe.
Well, he's in bed by 6:30. Poor guy who works.
Yeah, but he's up at like 3.
Right.
Yeah, I'm making coffee, so. So, I guess depending on the area, it may not be as.
Well, we're more. Well, it's turning into New Jersey, New York.
Yeah,
yeah. It's getting way too overpopulated. We have cell towers like everywhere.
Yeah, if you look at the top of the mountain,
it's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
I think I said this in a previous episode. I went hunting up on top of Camelback Mountain, which is where all the cell towers are. And I was always bitching and moaning. I had Sprint at the time, right? There was a tower there, and on the gate, Sprint, right? I'm standing there with my phone. I have to dig this picture out. 0 bars under a Sprint cell tower.
But he had a nice glow around him.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, that's funny. That you can't make that.
No,
stuff
you
up.
can't. And I have to dig that picture out because every time I see it, I
when you
laugh.
Find it. We'll post it on Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, it's really funny.
What do you think?
Time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I guess so. One more episode
in the can.
In the can.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Tell your friends. Let us keep commenting and
like
following, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, because that way when we post stuff and you get notified first. We want to make sure they have their Podpinions first before everybody else. So.
That's right.
All right.
I'll see you next time.
All right.
Guys.
Have a good one.
Too. Bye.
Bye.
Slam the follow button. This is Podpinions.